One of the things that I found out when it comes to dating, and especially in the age that I'm in now, what I call midlife. I'm 52 soon, so this is probably for men in their 40s, 50s, 60s in midlife, and maybe men after a divorce, as me too. So what I found out is that on my journey to dating, back to dating, and I shared different videos around how difficult it was for me to get back, and especially after a marriage and a relationship that was really tough and actually really was devastating, is probably the best word. So, for any man watching this, and probably especially in midlife, who want to get back to dating fast to find that thing, that woman he's missing, I really invite you to watch some of the videos that I did about my mistake after going directly back to dating. And yeah, absorb that before just getting back into the game. Took me some time to release a lot of things, a lot of old things, a lot of trapped emotions, a lot of the things that I was not, to figure out who am I. And again and again, it seems like kind of like we have a possibility for many men. We wake up in midlife, and maybe especially after divorce, or just waking up on the couch, even if we are still in a marriage, and wow, what's going on here? Why is my body like this? Why is my mood like this? Why is my energy like this? And it's called midlife for many men, and it's real thing. So if you feel like that, it's a real thing. I did videos about it. I have a group for men in midlife, free group. Um, but getting back to the topic here about dating a woman, when we're getting back on dating, and one of the things that I recently found out that is, and I'm kind of like, it's even a magic tool. It's not a tool, it's something that you are, that I am. It's what we are, and it's how we can be what we are together with the date we are on, and then magic happens. So maybe you've experienced that you gone on a date. I've heard this from many men, and I experienced this myself. And in mind, thinking about, okay, what should we do? How should I speak to her? What should I say? What words? What clothes should I have on? What perfume should I be shaved or not shaved? All of these things. Can you relate to this? And I've been there too. I've been there too. I'm dating now, and I'm not like, my first goal is not to find that woman or a special relationship or anything. For me right now, dating is about learning myself even more, learning who am I with women now, and also get to know a lot of nice people, women, speak with them, learn about them, be curious about them, and be curious about myself at the same time. So it's an adventure opening for me. And I say it again, I didn't this time jump from my last long term relationship into dating. I took the time away from it all to release and figure out who am I. And at a point, I got a new inspiration, but it was not like this is something I need. It was more like that I'm curious about this, about dating. So, what is that one thing that she really loves? That is more important than the words, the clothes, the perfume, the place. I've even heard men telling me how much they've spent on dinners and what's that called? Going to music places or concerts or things like this on dates. And I tell you, I am not doing that. I'm not doing that. Where I'm at now, I'm not doing that. If a woman comes to me and tells me on one of our first date that that's how she want to be treated, for me, I'm like, all right, good luck. It's not for me. There's someone else for you. And I let her go. I don't want to go there. Maybe if we had some dates, maybe if I know her and I really think that this is really going good and there's a connection and it's kind of like we can build something here, that's a different thing. I'm speaking about dating and dating in the beginning. So, what is the thing? What is the thing that she really wants? And what is this is so nice because this thing is also a thing that we want. And I mean myself, I love when I feel this. And I know from men that I've helped that when they experience this, it's the same feeling. And they come back and say, wow, I didn't even know that it felt like this. And feeling and that it felt like this, it's what it's all about. It's about connection. Connection. It's about connecting with her. And to do that, again, this is from my experience, this is from the men that I've worked with, from their experience, to be able to connect on a level where it's really felt and shared how we are feeling, to be able to connect on that. It takes some courage. It takes some groundedness. And for me, it was a new experience. So it was something that I was actually, in the beginning, I can say I was probably ashamed of feeling that, wow, she's very sexy, or feeling that I want her, or feeling something like that. I was a little ashamed about that because is that okay? Man, that is exactly okay. And what I found is that when we connect, all of us, with all of her, but many times when we dare to open up to this and we dare to express it, and I'm not speaking about words here, I speak about the energy of expressing whatever we feel, however we see her. When we dare to do this, something that's where the magic comes in. Something magical happens. Maybe it's not all the time, but I've experienced this again and again. And I've heard women coming back to me saying, Michael, what did you do? And I said, I didn't do anything. I felt you, and I was really like, you're gorgeous, or you're very interesting, or you're very sexy, or whatever. Your lips are so wow, I couldn't concentrate, or whatever. I felt that and I expressed that. Does this make sense? It's so simple, yet I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a simple thing, connecting. So if you want to give this a try, if you are a man, if you are dating, for me, it worked. For the men I worked with, it worked. And maybe give it a try. Just connecting. And if you are in a relationship, actually, even though I'm speaking about dating here, but if you're in a relationship, try the same thing. So instead of, which I see again and then again and again, people are going out and eating and they have their phones in their hands, and man and wife sit, or I don't know if they are married, but they sit eating but looking in their phones, right? That's not connection. That's not presence. So even if you're married and you want to open up to this magic, and trust me, maybe it takes a couple of times because you have to practice, and both of you maybe, but opening up to this, putting the phone down and just connect with your partner, connect and feel and express whatever it is that you feel. And trust me, I've had some business clients that I worked with that somehow we went into their relationship, which helped them grow their business too. And when we spoke about these things, and when I invited them to test some things and I helped them to figure out how to express this, they came back with a big smile on their face saying, Michael, wow, this was like when we were in love. I didn't sleep the last 2 nights, but I got so much energy. Connection, connection, and expressing whatever it is that we have inside. I hope this helped.